spoke to me like Fifth Avenue saxes, like getting my check before taxes. I was taken before she ever said a word, like that old saying, children should be seen but not heard. But she was definitely not a child. You could tell simply by the way that she smiled at me, and her frame was beyond belief. This was too good to be true. I felt like a thief. Our conversation was mentally telepathic. I watched her as she worked her magic on me from afar. I felt like I was caught with my hand in the cookie jar, because her body spoke foreign languages, really. When she looked at me, she made me feel silly, but I played the game correctly and acted as though she didn't affect me, knowing damn well that she did. I felt like a little kid as her body continued to speak, and she continued to make me feel weak. This conversation was too deep, and through my pores, sweat started to seep. F that, she made my body weep, and I felt that I was dreaming and had just went to sleep. But wait, I can't go out like that. And though it felt as if she slammed me hard to the mat, I had to make a comeback. So I stared at her as I licked my lips, and from my champagne glass I took a few sips. Then I started to turn up the heat as I flexed my manly physique. And as I approached with the smoothest glide, as I tipped my gentleman's hat to the side, I stepped to her with no hesitation. And just as I got to her location, before I could fix my mouth to speak, she hit me again with something that made me weak. She simply said hello, and she had me. Before I could get my game started, she was finished, as if all of my powers that I had were diminished. She knew just how to push all of my buttons. Before I pulled out my ace of diamonds, she was already cutting. I was like, what in the world is this woman trying to pull? It was like she was the matador and I was the bull. She had me wishing that I was a mathematician, because she used algebraic expressions as she taught me math lessons that I've never seen before. But I was eager to find out more and continue to explore. Opportunity was right at my door, so I decided to let her in, and I had no choice but to let her win, because she just had that effect on me, and she used her strategy effectively. But I stepped to her respectfully and simply said hello. But then I continued to speak and spark up conversation and add some intensity to this whole situation. I told her how I loved poetry and how that is what she was to me, a sight for my sore eyes to see, and that there's no other place that I'd rather be than right here, right now, her and me, because she was my definition of beauty. To serve my African queen was my duty, but she cut me off before I could continue, as if she didn't like what was on my menu. And as I was coming to grips, she put her fingers to my lips, and she simply said, had me at hello.